Hey Rebels. Okay, so I am hearing that you feel that ain't nothing been practical about this shit. Though you understand it's contradicting as a sound. There's so much that is so mm, practical about this shit. So let's go ahead and read this card. It says, trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Projection. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Think, mm, things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe, honey. And you have been going through so much shit, hadn't you? You've been going, and we're not even just talking about your overall life. You're talking about most recently, you have been going through a lot of shit. And I'm seeing it all here on the table. As I was laying down these cards, I was like, ooh, damn, fuck, shit. And if you have been going through that field of experience and Spirit said, in a sense, still humbling yourself, this message is definitely for you. So let's get into it. The main thing that has been attacked, that's been seemingly like, you just, if anything, you just want your bills paid, you just want food in the fridge, you just want to be able to just have the basics, right? And though you have been able to maintain the basics for so long, all of a sudden it seems like your basics are being, shots are just being fired at them. Like, what the hell then happened that your bare necessities are being fucked with? You budget yourself well. You know where everything's supposed to go. You make sure everything, you understand that you have no control over others, that you just have control over yourself. But for some fucking reason, your basics aren't up to par. What the hell? No hearty heart. Yeah, Spirit said they realize that this is not funny for you. Your ancestors are saying they know this is not funny for you, but it has been necessary, because there are there are bugs and snakes in the grass that are still feeling that there's a way in. They feel that you have not patched up that hole in your figurative household, that that the raccoons and all the other foreign animals could just, find a place, to, squeeze in between your walls whenever it gets cold outside, or whenever there's not enough food, so they can scratch at your ceilings and make a way in. Baby, listen. So, yeah, your basics has something. It's not something that you necessarily did wrong, although Spirit said that this plays in benefit to a habit that you may have, that you do have, that you need to let go of. So this crumbling of these bridges are are happening to not only show you and expose the karmics and the snakes in the grass, and those who are not to be assisted nor supported by you going forward, but those who have not been assisting you through everything that you've been going through. Spirit said there's a lot of energy of people who you've kept around. You allowed them around, not realizing that there are limitations of how they choose to use you, and how they are discerning of your usage, her utilage. Okay, however that resonate for you. But Spirit is also saying that things are falling in line. Things are going better than what you realize they're going. Though you may be feeling down in the dumps, though it's like, oh my goodness, I'm doing my best to stay strong. I am doing all that I can. I know bad times don't last always. The storms will pass. I know. You pulling out everything in your archive, in your monologue of I know. Yeah, okay, just gotta stay positive. Don't pay attention to the negative. Though I gotta give the negative some attention because it gotta be straightened out. Spirit wants you to pay attention to the positive attributes that they are bringing in your face with these negatives. The negatives are the things that you know need to be taken care of. And Spirit said, in the sense of people, you see the positive attributes of them, but you don't want to deal with the negative stuff. So, are the pros outweighing the cons, or are the cons outweighing the pros? Baby, I heard boats and hoes. Okay, that's interesting. Not still not funny, but hilarious if you're watching the movie, if you know what it is. Okay, so to dive further into this message, Spirit said it was a surprise to you that you had to abandon certain things, especially due to your family dynamic of how you were brought up and taught things should be. That, oh, let's say the easiest example that we can give. If you love somebody, you should stick around and deal with all they bullshit. Spirit said it was a surprise to you, the things that you have had to let go of in this season. Right? This mental and emotional instability has been something that was a part of your manifestation. The things that you are manifesting, the things that you are looking that you know have come into fruition for you because you've been hearing it's time, it's coming, it's here. Part of that manifestation, the fine print that we've been discussing for months now. You didn't read that fine print. If any of this is a surprise to you, that you're going through the mental and emotional seemingly instability, the fact that you had to abandon things that you thought, and things and people and places even that you thought were always going to be around. This was the fine print in your contract. This was the fine print in regards to your manifestation. All this, oh my goodness, it seems like I've had everything so structured. Now everything is chaotic. This is a part of it. Because in order for you to treat and understand the blessings that you have, that are here, that are coming, that you have yet to be able to set your eyes on yet, honey, you had to go through this. They say it had to happen this way. It had to happen this way because they need you to be thick as nails. Not thick as thieves. They need you to be thick as nails. Spirit needs you to be thick as nails. They need you to be thicker than thicker than a snicker. I heard something else, but we're gonna leave it at thicker than a snicker. Okay, because that one was kind of like, it wasn't necessarily off the wall, but yeah. But they need you to be solid. Solid as a boulder. Like when people see you coming, with your energy needs to, who's scared of a rock? You know that if somebody throw a rock at you, it might miss, but you see a boulder coming your way, oh, you know to be horrified, especially if you are in the path of that boulder. It's going to tumble right over you. It's going to cause destruction. And Spirit just gave me that confirmation with my voice going out. Yes, there are going to continuously be projections coming your way, just as there already has been, matter of fact, projections coming your way, and distractions, and this, and that, and the other. Now, they need you to stay with your routines. Stay on top of your rituals. Stay on top of your cleansing. Even if, honey, look, I don't care if you on your last bar of soap. Spirit said, that's the thing about it. You gotta have faith. You gotta structure stuff. You gotta have faith. And know that you're gonna be taken care of. A little bit of resources. I don't know where you stay at, but where I live at, we have these things called free libraries. And people don't just drop books off at the free libraries. They drop off clothes, they drop off food, they drop off goods, they drop off furniture. Honey, so look at the resources that you have. You might find a better blessing at those free resources than you could even find in the store if you were shopping for yourself. That was a message for someone who really, really needs it. Honey, I get it, been there, done that. And at times, I just go back and I just donate myself. All right, instead of throwing things out in the trash, I just donate it to, the free libraries or other places like that. I don't it's not always, I don't always take it to Goodwill, because some people don't have the money to go to Goodwill, and they may really, really need the stuff, right? So that's a drop down message for somebody. But Spirit say, stay on top of your rituals, no matter. Stay on top of your rituals. Stay on top of your divination. Stay on top of your routine, no matter how bad or how thick things seem to get. Okay, honey, if there's a thickness competition between you and the energy, look, no, look, y'all, y'all like this. Y'all like this. Okay, so Spirit said, they is in the center of the read, honey. It is definitely purposeful that you are going through this feeling of overwhelm, that you feel burdened. But Spirit also wants to acknowledge how strong you have been. Even with the shirt off your daggone back, you've been going with the vulture sitting right there, just waiting for you to collapse. Waiting for you to collapse, okay? Even with that whole concept, the sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Honey, you proving them sticks and those stone heads, those skulls aren't even phasing you. Cause you Spirit say you already know that you're going through this for a reason. And you're going through all of this overwhelmingness and all of this stuff that feels like burden for a fucking reason. You know that it's part of your manifestation. Even if you don't know what Spirit has been manifesting for you. Because just as well, just as you've been manifesting, Spirit been saying they got a surprise for you. They got gifts for you. They got all types of stuff aligned for you that you didn't even know that you needed, or that you even knew to ask about. Even things that you disregarded. Spirit like, nope, you need that too. Nope, we want you to have that. It's not even that you necessarily need that, but we know that you want that you need that it don't even matter. Spirit said, take that. Okay, so what did this card say? It says, trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Okay? You got to be ready for it. So even in regards to the community, just what was it? And I've heard other people have been going through this as well after the fact that I went through it. So just last week, and it was one of my karmics' birthdays. Okay, it was, well, we gonna stop calling them karmic. One of the toxic karmics, because everybody's a karmic, right? It was one of my toxic karmics relationships that I have I have common folks in between them, and I can't cut those common folks off completely, but I can limit what we talk about, right? So I had it was one of their birthdays last week. Okay, and I didn't realize that it was their birthday until like later on in the evening. And the moment that I realized that it was one of their birthdays, all of them came out the woodworks. I mean, like vultures, like crows, just every last one of them came out. I'm talking exes. I'm talking about past schoolmates. I'm talking about I ran into an old boss, old neighbors popping up and calling me. I mean, all in this one day. All in this one day. And yes, we can say it was due to the situation, but even due to the situations that was going on, I realized even further other people who I needed to create, boundaries with, and even cause distance with. And I had to go through and repeat and block numbers, because some people still had my number, but they changed their numbers type stuff. So there's going to be energies coming in that's going to cause chaos and destruction. Okay, and let the shit that's going to fall, let it fall. If you can't rebuild it, it wasn't meant for it to be rebuilt. Okay, very important message. If it falls apart or it crumbles down and you can't rebuild it with everything that you learned about yourself, with all the boundaries that you have up now, don't even attempt to try to rebuild it, okay? Well, you're pulling yourself and you're dragging yourself into some shit that you don't want to be dealing with. All right. Spirit said, divinity, keep going. Keep going. You in the distant future, all right? Keep going. There are things. Spirit said there's a lot of checkpoints that are coming, that you are coming into meet and greet with. Be patient with it. All right. So just like we were talking about earlier about confirmation, just like we was talking about earlier about looking and seeking out and realizing however which one fits for you. Spirit said don't get too desperate about it, okay? Because mommy, you got to ground yourself. You got to stay in that positive energy, but realizing the positive within the negatives, right? because every negative has a purpose, and that's the intentions of the positives, the lessons that are positive. There are no mistakes, right? Everything happens for a reason. There are mishaps only when you have practiced, right? Only when you keep going, right? So you may have mishaps, but along the way, down this road, I'm here. Get on down the road, down this road. You are going to have checkpoints that are going to remind you that you are heading in the right direction, or that you may need to bust a U-turn and rethink over some things, okay? Now, the entity attachment that spirit is working on you now, this whole time you're like, why is this happening? You know why it's happening, because you've been feeling it. You've been identifying it. Okay, I heard the door slam. Now open that motherfucker back up. Don't slam that door on that. Deal with your emotions, your emotional pain, your emotional well-being is and are the reason why you are going through this. Spirit is trying to help you shed all that old stuff from your family upbringing, from the dynamics that you were taught and that you were conditioned to be when you were being brought up in this era of the world. ERA. Yeah, ERA. Okay, sometimes I got to look up at the sky like, huh. Okay, yeah, in this era of the world. Oh, Spirit said the other one too. ERROR. Okay, Spirit is helping you shed this, okay? Not to say that you will not be in tune with your emotions. It's to say that you're going to be in tune with your emotions, that you are going to be able to depend on yourself in regards to your emotional well-being, because those who you have been looking to for support, for supposed to be support, Spirit said, for support, they have not been willing to accept that you are human, but they also do not have the capacity to see you as that, because they see you as a source. They see you as a source for their pain. I was thinking to myself earlier, well, matter of fact, I wasn't even thinking. This was a download the Spirit gave me in between reads. And there go another door slamming. This was a download that Spirit gave me in between reads. I was thinking to myself, how interesting is it? Yeah, how interesting is it that people that certain people, that we know certain people who are in what we would call toxic situations, toxic relationships, and they will come to you and they will grieve and they will tell you, they did this to me, they did that to me, and I don't like them, or I can't deal with this, and I can't take this. And after they drop that load off on you, right? After they drop that load off on you, because you have the capacity for it, right? After they drop that load off on you, they go back to that person who they were just complaining to you about, as if nothing ever happened, as if they were never disrespected, as if they were never hurt. You know what happened? Because they left that hurt with you, because they left that disrespect with you. You know what else happened? They saw that person who they went back to and acted as if, everything was okay. They went back to that person because they saw the benefits of that person. And they knew that if they came to that person with the weight that they left with you, that person would cut them off. That person wouldn't deal with them anymore. So Spirit is saying, stop letting people do that to you. I feel that that is definitely a part of what the hell it is that Spirit has been getting you to shed of your emotional grief, of your emotional pain. Spirit said also your emotional reliance, baby. So Spirit wants you to stop carrying around other people's weight, their emotional weight, their emotional stories, the weight of their emotional stories. Spirit understands that you are a very compassionate person, but you have already been shown your way. All right, you've been shown the way of how you can be a supportive person without abandoning and causing yourself to have to sit in that realm of, okay, what's the cause and effect? How did I wind up here? Because my life was just going just fine. And now all of a sudden I just feel depression. I feel this, I feel that. Spirit said a lot of that stuff has not been yours throughout your years. It's been a lot that has not been yours. So there's even ways that you have identified yourself as that has not been of your energy, but has been of your acceptance because of your relations to other people. So sit with that and let that make sense for you. All right. So let's go ahead down here to these tarot cards. Okay. So the name of the tarot deck is Jack O' Lantern. Okay, Jack O' Lantern. And Spirit wants you to ask yourself a question. Have you been transparent or have you been translucent? Now, the answer should be that you have been both because you are definitely a light. You are definitely a light in many people's lives. And you have a light that you need to allow to continue to shine. Do not let these people deplete you with their any which way the wind blows type of spectrum of ideas, okay? Now, you have been a jackass of lantern. You have been a jack of all trades, okay? Of many trades. Maybe not all, but definitely of many. Now, and this is why Spirit needs you to get your emotions and while they're assisting you. Thank you for the correction, Spirit, for assisting you to get your emotions in alignment, because due to your emotional pain and your emotional endurance, ain't that some shit? Due to your emotional endurance, you have not been accepting and receiving when Spirit has been presenting you with certain blessings. You have been overlooking certain blessings, even in the energy of, I'm not ready. Even in the energy of, damn, I can't do this right now. Once again, if it's your last bar of soap, Spirit is saying, wash your ass. Okay? All right. Okay. So, with the night, with the, I'm so, ooh, honey, this is not a night, but why are we looking at the night? Okay. So, Spirit wants you to know that not only are you a bold and outgoing person, and that you are powerful, and that you are, they said you are at times resistant to being kind. Confirmation with the belly. Spirit also realizes that you are such a freeing spirit, but it's there are certain parts of you, certain antics of yours that you do not see as being perceived as lustful of your nature or your well-being. Right? So Spirit wants you to deep dive in a definition of lust and really pull that apart, because lust does not really have, well, it's not much. It's not all, there it is. It's not all about being sexually promiscuous and adaptable, right? Spirit said lust is an energy, right? It's not necessarily, Spirit said leave it there. You go do your research and you resonate with that, okay? But Spirit would like for you to take that lustful energy of yours and dive more into your creativity. There has been a lot that has been taken away from you with your time. I'm looking at how these swords right here look a lot like airplanes, okay? Spirit wants you to fly on about, honey. Fly on about and go take care of your business. No more running back to the past. No more looking at, this person betrayed me like this. They said anything that come in, as it come in, deal with it. Deal with it right then and there. You've been sitting on your hands and shutting your mouth a lot too long. So by the time you're willing to deal with the situation or ready to deal with a situation after you've been thinking about it for so long, those other people done already moved on. And they kind of looking at you side eye like you crazy. But then the fact they realize that they're looking at you side eye like you crazy, they're realizing like, oh, I got reason to deal with them again. The rebel just came back to me and gave me reason to deal with them again. How can I fuck them up now? So Spirit says stop robbing yourself. Okay? If you can even see this card, notice that the bat is in the clouds. Okay? It is a figment of your imagination. Okay? Let it go. Let it go. Stop robbing yourself of time. Okay? Stop robbing yourself of where you're going to put your mental and what you're going to do with your emotional. Okay? Because you are manifesting. Do you keep on fucking around with playing at certain people playgrounds and going back and like, hey, so let's play with this ball while we talk through this. Spirit say you're gonna wind up conjuring up some shit that, honey, you're gonna confuse yourself because no one at that point would have done it to you. You found your way back. Oh, you found your way back to that stuff, honey. All of a sudden, I just started hearing Jaheim gotta find my way back. So there is somebody or somebodies who really want to find their way back to you, but they really need you to do it. So this is somebody who you've always found yourself doing shit for, even in the efforts of, instead of, oh, like just for example, if this was somebody who you were in a relationship with, you would ask them the questions of, why do you love me? Why do you care? Versus actually looking at the fact that this person did not care to express confirmation. They did not care, allow confirmation. They did not care to express to you that they love you or that they care. You just assumed that they loved you. You just assumed that they cared. And they just came up with some type of answer, some type of brush off, and felt that they should move shit right along. Like Spirit is saying right now, you need to move shit right along. So here with this Page of Cups, Spirit said, keep on moving, keep on stepping forward. Honey, you created these stepping stones for yourself, okay? And the fish that's been up in your cup has been rather bony, no flavor, no taste. You've been sucking on dry bones, okay? No pun intended. You've been shorting yourself, even in the way of your fulfillment and your nourishment. And Spirit needs you to find your happy place. Spirit needs you to renew your vows to yourself. Renew your vows to yourself. Honey, it's a lot of pages on this table. You got 1, 2, 3 pages. The only page that you are missing is the Page of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying you definitely need to put more focus on your funds, on being more grounded in your efforts moving forward. Remember back here with the King of Wands, we was talking about you getting into your creative spirit. Spirit saying if you can just pull that shit together. Like, they already know you are so confident in so many areas of your life. But if you just pull that shit together and bring forth your Page of Pentacles. Okay, get focused on your goals and that will be the problem solved. That will be the problem solved with everything that we've said and everything that we're about to say. Everything that has been weighing so much on you, even though you've been taking on that weight. You say it's mine, the world is mine, it's mine, it's mine. Okay? But this is where you lack it. You're missing that Page of Pentacles. They want you to get very playful. Playful and goal oriented and just eyes on the prize. All this other shit you have in order. Okay, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, and can't nobody tell you too much of shit. That's the other thing about you. Ain't nobody tell you too much shit. That's the issue. Spirit been having a problem with you. Can you hear that? Can't nobody tell you too much of shit. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all smiling and some of you may even be smirking like, yeah, right. Spirit said, yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue. Okay, that is another issue that you've been having. They realize that you are enthusiastic, but you have not been putting it in this one particular place where they need you to put it at. They need you. They don't give a damn. Spirit said they do not give a damn. Your ancestors said they don't give a fuck what age you are. And if you don't act like you that young 16 something, that young 20 something, and that drive that they, that energy of can't nobody tell me anything, because you already got the cups, the swords, and the wands. You just need that Page of Pentacles, that young, fresh energy of yourself, and so you can get this shit going and get this shit done. Now, I know you've also probably been hearing about deadlines and all this other stuff. Spirit said, listen, stop focusing on them deadlines and get the shit done. Okay, 8 of Cups. Okay, Spirit said, walk away from all of this shit. That owl is looking straight at your goal while you turning, while you looking that you want to go that way, but your feet is moving in the wrong damn direction. Okay, everybody is looking in this direction. No, mm, everybody's moving and everybody's looking, going forward. But there's still these parts of you, your emotions, and when it gets to that mental dwelling on, when you're mentally dwelling in your emotions, you find your body, your spirit is separating from you in ways of speaking, separating from you and moving back towards the damn past. Spirit said, face forward. Okay, have the courage to continue to face forward. Motherfucker, they say have the fucking audacity of yourself to continue to move forward. Okay, so then they say don't trip on that cup. Don't trip on that cup because you're supposed to be heading the other way. All right. Wow. I never realized this, but there is a skeleton's foot facing towards the past. So it is a trap. Though this page of cups, his I think you call it a staff, it's a skeleton foot. You need to let them old bones go. All right. 9 of Swords. So you're staying up late at night doing what? So obviously you got time. You're staying up at the even during the waking hours, doing what? Spirit say you got time. They said lay that down. Quit focusing on who did what and what did what. Who did what and who did who. Who did what and who did who in your life. Okay? Spirit say you have to focus on you, and other people are out there waiting to meet you. Other people are out here waiting to greet you with this 9 of Cups. Okay, so you got 9 and 9, honey. The 9 of Cups. The skeleton is no longer in your closet. Spirit wants you to stop reliving stop frequenting, because we're back here at the 9 of Swords. Stop frequenting the stories. Even though you don't get highly emotional, it does not mean that the stories aren't being interpreted as what the stories are supposed to be interpreted with emotion, without the emotions and with the emotions. So even if you're able to separate the emotions from the stories that you are telling of yourself and your pet, Spirit says stop telling them. All right, stop telling them. Move forward. What is your life now? Who are you now? What satisfies you now? What is awesome about you now? Honey, you got crows, you got bats, you got owls. What we say, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Honey, you got sticks, you got all types of stuff. What about you now? Who are you now? Right? Even with all the bullshit that's been going on, all the chaos, the destruction, this falling apart and everything else, what you gonna do about it now? That's it. That's all. What are you gonna do about it now? I gotta take a breath in between each one of these cards, honey, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And I have to say that, once again, it's all been intentional. It's all been purposeful. You ask Spirit to help strengthen you. You ask Spirit to guide you. You ask Spirit, 33. You ask Spirit to show you the way, show you what needs to be changed, what needs to be let go of. You ask Spirit to assist you in your strength. And this is them assisting you, not doing it for you. And trust me, even if you were to ask Spirit to do it for you, honey, all they're going to do is move a whole bunch of shit out the way. You still got to deal with you. All right? Page of Wands. Let me get some water real quick. All right, I'm here. You quick to cut the drama off. You quick to cut a bitch off. But you need to sterilize your emotions after you cut them off. Ain't that some shit? Okay, and they say leave it there. So, here with the Fool, you have the 9 of Wands. Sterilize your emotions. Boundary setting is definitely necessary. Further boundary setting is definitely necessary. You learn to identify what you feel. You learn to recognize what other people feel. You're even learning to realize when the hell things are a waste of your fucking time. Spirit said, though you are stabilizing your emotions, it's time to sterilize them. Okay? And not sterilize them as if, you're sterile and you can't have no kids type stuff. No, sterilize them. Get rid of all those old stories. Up, honey, baby. I love it. Caught me in the middle of my sentence. Once again, get rid of all those old stories. You have the sun, and this sun is a seed. And it also has a pathway. Let me bring this in closer. There's a pathway right here. So you have been planted, and it's time to come out of that darkness. It's time for you to fight your way up that tough ground, because when you plant a seed, you pat the soil on top of the seed, and that seed has to fight its way out of that soil, that fertile soil. And the other thing that's being brought up to me is, notice that's the same shape as a pentacle, isn't it? So get to your youth. Be the Jack-o'-lantern. Are you being transparent, or are you being translucent with yourself? Are you being transparent, or are you being translucent with yourself? All right. Ooh, okay. So, who? Spirit said it ain't got to be perfect. Just do it. All right. So then it says, if your mindset is fixed, baby, if ain't this some shit? If your mindset is fixed, try to free yourself from that. Rise above it. Don't place limitations on what you think you can achieve. Don't stand in your way. Allow yourself to flourish in all ways. Welcome abundance in all forms into your life. Baby, I love it when Spirit just tells me that everything that we've been saying, and it's been heard, so they know that you got this message. Ain't no secret. You can't hide the fact that you got this message. They know that you got the message now. Did you get the message? All right. So then you got, unexpected shift with 0505. It says this number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you the most. Okay, it's possible that something could rock your boat. Didn't I say I heard boats and hoes? I think that was this read. Yeah, something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in someone's arms, your dream job, or abroad, etc. Rebel Spirit said, focus on you. Focus on you. Okay. Because you've been called out for your laziness. So Rebels, I love and I adore you, but they got another card for you. Stop concealing yourself. Stop concealing. Refuse to conceal yourself. Rebels, I'm about to let you go, and so you go figure out what you need to do with your life, honey. And so you can have all this stuff that, all your necessities come back into order. And Spirit said, when you handle your business, you'll notice how easily things come back into order. So Rebels, I love and I adore you, but go live your life, make it do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go Rebels.